we're going to talk to you about what is your free time, why it is necessary to control your free time, and how we could use your free time with just 10 tips to overall do all these things effectively. So before we go, subscribe to my channel Tales of Less. You'll be able to get more videos on inspiration, motivational, self-development based videos. So please subscribe. So when you talk about free time, what is free time? Free time is nothing but the time you spend away from your daily works. Let it be your daily work such as working hours in the office or your education, your domestic work, even necessary activities such as eating and sleeping. So all of this means that this is more of your leisure time. But should we consider this as your leisure time? Because an average person almost has 4 to 7 hours of leisure time. That means it's quite a long time. What can you do at this time is what I'm going to talk to you in this video. So I'm going to talk to you about 10 tips. And tip number 1 is perception of time. So what that means is what you're going to do different today. In simple terms, what you're going to effectively use this time. For an example, imagine you're going for a vacation and imagine a normal working day for you. And you'll be able to understand the normal working day will go quite fast and you do not remember yourself getting up, getting dressed, going to your workplace, all of that. It will all automatically happen. But if you go on a vacation, you feel as if the time is slowing down and you feel you are creating a lot of memories, and the time which is passing, even if it's an half an hour which is gone by, it's more like 1 week for you. Why? Because you consider that time more important. So how we look at time, how we look at memories is what is making us very important. So perception of time is the first step. We need to understand why time is important. What sort of time are we looking at? Time is equals to memories we create. My second tip is where you privatize your life. In this case, we need to understand that time is what you want to put in. Now imagine you are going for a work and you always say you have no time to do this, you have no time to do that. That is because you consider some work as important and you consider some work as less important. So whatever the work you consider as important, you somehow find yourself some time to do it. Whereas things you consider you have less important or you don't consider is important to be done today, you say you have no time for that. So that is how things we say that is the priority for us. Third tip is you classify your priority list. So planning ahead maybe for a week, a month is going to help you. So what I do is I categorize my to-do list in 3 ways. My career-wise, my relationship. If you have a family, you can give time for your family, and your self-time. You need to have your own self-time as well. You spending time with your family is different from you spending time for yourself. And career is also very important. So in career-wise, you need to consider maybe making phone calls or replying emails, things like that should be done at a particular time. So you can categorize your work accordingly. My fourth tip is where you make a plan which is long-term goal. So imagine you want to write a book. You could, rather than thinking of not considering that as a goal to be considered today, you could start categorizing these goals into smaller goals. So maybe in your weekly plan or a monthly plan, you could take these things and put in. So for an example, as I mentioned, if you're thinking of writing a book, maybe you could start writing chapter by chapter. If you're starting to write a thesis, maybe you could start writing little pages by pages. So all of that could be added. Your long-term goal also could be added with your short-term goals. It's how you manage your time. And my fifth tip is where we say no screen time, no phone time. So obviously we all use a lot of phone time, a lot of screen time. Either we are looking for something or we are searching onto something. It could be not personalized time. What I'm talking about is now imagine you are waiting for someone or before the meeting starts. All of this time is small time. And rather than using it in your phone, you could start writing journal, do meditation, and considering it as another time to utilize for your effectivity. For an example, if you start writing journal, now this is where you start understanding that this is important to write your goals rather than type it on your phone or maybe type it on your screen, because when you're writing you are actually your subconsciously start believing all of it and your subconscious mind starts considering this as a plan, and when you're meditating you could start visualizing all of this. So whatever you write, you reread it and then you start visualizing. So all of this is a pathway to reach your life goal. And my sixth tip is concept of 100 dreams. So this was given to me by Laura Bentham. I saw a few of her videos and she's a time management guru. She's also a author of how to manage books related to how to manage time and all of that. And she has this concept where she tells about 100 dreams. So we could start writing all the small dreams, big dreams of our life. And when you start categorizing or when you start putting it into a paper, you will understand that some of it is going to happen and some of it is not going to happen recently. So when you know what you need to do with your life, you are designing your life to reach your goals. I've already done a video related how you could design your own life. I'm going to link it in the description box or maybe put a link somewhere here. Please watch that as well. This is going to be easy way. So when you start writing your 100 dreams, maybe your first 33 dreams or 35 dreams is about where you want to travel and how you want to spend time with your family. And when you start going with higher numbers, you start realizing that you don't have enough dreams, or maybe your dreams are not efficient enough to consider it as a dream. So you start considering your goals and subcategorizing your goals very efficiently. This is why this step is very important. And tip number 7 is how you design your life the way you want. So it's connecting again to the earlier tip I spoke about. So here what we need to know is save more time to do something important in life. When you have small time, rather than just wasting it without doing anything, it's always very nice to do it for something. So maybe when you have a goal, you start sitting and start imagining how you could utilize this for your future plan. Now imagine if you have a goal of starting your own business, you could start using this time to think to reduce your extra expenses, and therefore you know that you could start those money into your business. So all of that is you need to start thinking to do such things. So this is the time. So this is the time where you start designing your life the way you. Tip number 8 is wake up early. Such a good tip. I've read this in a few books how this could be done. So when you start removing your snooze button, when you don't tap into your snooze button when you get up early, you start working more efficiently. You are more fresh, because imagine you just put the snooze button and you have a 5 minute or 10 minute snap. Now this 5-10 minute is gonna make your daily work late. So you might be in a hurry to have a wash, you might be in a hurry to have your breakfast, you might hurry to do your normal morning routine, and you are in a hurry for every single thing throughout the day. So when you wake up early, you have a fresh start. You know what to do because you don't have any tension, any stress, or any anxiety in your mind. So there was this book where I read about this 5-second rule, and this is where this book is by Mel Robinson, I believe. She has spoken about how 5 seconds you think and then you start doing this. So you count yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you wake up and you start doing it in action. And there's another book by Robin Sharma, I think it's the 5 a.m. Club. That book was also where you could wake up early and you could start your work course efficiently. So please read these books. Maybe I could do a review on these books, and I've already done a review of few books that I've read this year. Please do check. I will link that as description. And my tip number 9 is to get out of your routine. Of course, you need to have a routine. You need to have a plan on how you want to do things and all of that. But sometimes routine can make you boring, because you imagine you are doing the same routine every week. You know what is going to come the next step. So this might just make your brain bored, or it's like, okay, you know what you're going to do. So because it's the same routine, once in a while you can just freshen up by getting out of the routine. So imagine you have a routine of waking up, maybe writing a journal or something like that. Once in a while you could just skip the journal part and do something which you like. Maybe you could have a jogging or something like that. And the last tip is tip number 10 is use your time wisely. You have almost 168 hours a week, which means it's a quite a lot of time. So maybe if you're working for a particular part of time and you're sleeping for a particular part of time and you're spending time with your family for a efficient amount, and then you have yourself time for efficient amount, there are other times where you are just wasting, or else even the time you are using efficiently, such as I saw this TED video where they're talking about a man who was jogging, and he felt that he was not doing anything other than jogging at that time. So he started playing a language video. I believe it was a German language video, and he started learning German. So he used his jogging time into a learning time. So maybe we could use time efficiently, wisely, so we could reach our goals much efficiently. There is, you cannot say there is no time, because there is time, and it is up to us to use it now. So thank you for listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed my video. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social media.